So, good evening and welcome to SAS Sober and Smiling. My name is Rob.
I'm Jamie.
I am.
So tonight there's just the three of us. We brought Emma along. Obviously, as you know, she's my wife, and we want to really get hello, Emma.
Hello.
She's a bit nervous, so we'll just go ahead with this. I think we're on episode 40 now. So episode 40. 40 is good. So the main reason we've got Emma in really is to get a bit of a different perspective. I mean, me going through and doing a normal doom scrolling through social media and looking at these sort of podcasts and stuff, we only really talk about us. So all the emphasis is on obviously us. And what we think and what we feel and our perspective on everything, and it's obviously it's all consuming because we are told to be selfish in recovery. So it's our feelings to us. It's our feelings that matter. It's what we want to do and everything else. So Emma's here to give us a bit of a perspective on whether that's actually fair or not, and what the other person sort of thinks about that. And do we really give that much hearsay to somebody else? Because it's easy for me to go, well, my feelings matter. It's me that matters. I've got to be selfish. I've got to be selfish in everything I do. But obviously, if we're with a partner, or wife, or husband, or whatever, do we actually think about the other person? Do we think about what they think about it? Or is it just us? That's all we think about. So, yeah, we'll get Emma to. Obviously, she's well known that she can say whatever she wants. It's totally open. Always has been, and this is the point really. It's just to get your perspective, because my perspective is my perspective. It's just like, and as I've just said, in recovery, I've got to be quite selfish. So if I don't want to do something, I ain't going to do it. But is that fair? Is that fair for me not to think about the other side? I know the consequences of me doing something I don't want to do is quite severe. That's why we have to be sort of like all consuming this. But yeah, it's just really your thoughts and what do you miss out on stuff? Do you put my feelings first, or do you put?
Well, I don't feel like I miss out on anything, but I do feel that sometimes I feel a bit guilty for wanting to go to the pub or wanting to have a few drinks with friends or that sort of thing. But obviously, your recovery is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So
do you find yourself then, say at the weekend, because I mean, obviously you're not usually here, and you usually work away, and we've got this weekend sort of free-ish, even though I'm working, and we discuss sort of like weekend plans. What's your take on that? Because I've said to you, like yesterday, what we're going to do the weekend. I've got Sunday off, it's free, I'm not working, shall we just go somewhere? Is your first thought, I want to go to the pub?
no.
Or I want to go out and do this, but I can't go out to do this because there's going to be alcohol involved, or there's going to be.
Yeah, my first thought was not for the pub, but having a nice meal and maybe a couple of glasses of wine or something like that. But then I feel guilty for thinking that.
Why do you feel guilty?
Well, I don't know, because just feel guilty for wanting to have a couple of glasses of wine, say, for dinner. I know that you obviously can't and won't.
Yeah. But I've been, obviously it's known that I'm been in recovery for 8 years now. And to me, even from day one, to me, that makes no difference. So I can put myself anywhere within alcohol or reach or whatever, and it has no effect on me. And I've said many, many times that it doesn't bother me at all. That I think the main thing with me was it bothered other people. and other people's feelings came into it when it wasn't my problem. And today it's not my problem to go to the pub, to even go out and I mean, we go down south and spend some time with sort of like family and stuff, and their whole life revolves around the pub.
Yeah,
so
they're very social, aren't they?
any free minute they get, they're in the pub, and it's the whole, and you'll be in there all day. And I haven't got an issue with that.
Yeah, but we would have done that before, but now I think twice about putting us in that position and putting us in the pub. And
But I can do that.
I know that you can do it.
I would, and you know that I would have an unspoken rule that I'd be in there probably
2 hours tops.
2-3 hours, and then I'd have to go.
Yeah.
It'd be, I'll see you later. You can stay there, but I've got to go.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that. If I've not got an issue with anybody drinking around me. It doesn't bother me at all. But when it starts to get to that level where everyone's on a different wavelength and they're slurring and they're getting louder and repeating themselves, that's when I just think, you know, I can't be arsed with this anymore.
Yeah.
That's when I feel like I want to get
Yeah.
out of it. But what I have noticed though, when me and my wife both used to drink, we went out for a meal, it'd be quite a drawn out process because you sat there, you're drinking and everything else. But because I don't drink anymore, and she'll still have a drink, but she's very rare. She's not really bothered about it either anymore. She's seen the benefits of not drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But we go out for a meal, you get all dolled up to go for a meal, and you're back home in an hour.
Yeah.
But then you get home, it's like, what was the point in doing that? It feels a bit pointless because you've been gone, and you've all.
No, but it's still nice to get dressed up and go.
But it's
time together.
It takes quite a long time to get ready, and I just because I feel like I don't feel like
it takes you a long time to get ready to say.
No, not me. I do, But it's I just feel like it just feels a bit of a waste of time to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you've funnied about getting ready, and then you're in and you're back out straight away. It's like, was it really worth going?
Yeah.
Well, it is nice. It is nice to get out. It's not like it used to be. I think
it's different, isn't it now? It definitely is different.
Yeah, I mean, if I could kind of wave, I mean, obviously I can't, but if I could wave a magic wand and do something that I really enjoyed doing when it never got stupid, it was quite a sociable thing, was if we went out for a meal.
Yeah.
And just, drank, had a couple of glasses of wine and, I'd like pairing wines with your food and stuff. And it never got stupid.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if that was just something that I could do because I really enjoy food and I like, used to like drinking, wine to go with it.
Yeah. I totally understand that, and even when we go out, we're done and dusted within an hour, and it's we're out.
Yeah, and I bring my half bottle of Prosecco with me.
And you bring your bottle of Prosecco back with you,
Rather than drink it there,
but that's, I mean, it's slightly different. So when we've been on holiday and stuff, we do that. So we spend longer, don't we? You generally spend longer in a restaurant when you're on holiday, abroad and stuff like that, because
people watching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so. And I think if you broke it down, then the only reason that you do stay is because of the drink, right? It's because of you want to get not more down you to a certain effect, because even you and normal people will spend time drinking because it's supposedly pleasurable and everything else. But it's just when it hits that limit for us and for me especially, it's when it hits that limit of, I think, whatever it is. It's different to different type of people, but it's usually like sort of like the fourth or fifth drink that somebody has.
The volume goes up.
They fucking repeat themselves.
Yeah.
They think they're the most hilarious person in the world. They then start spitting in your ear because they just want to be fucking want to be heard, and it's just like I can't handle it. And although it seems funny, I don't want to fuck it. I don't see why anybody should handle it. It's only acceptable because everybody else is drunk.
Yeah. Well, and you don't, obviously, when you're like that as well, when you're pickled, you don't see
you don't know, do you?
You don't notice it.
And you must notice that because you don't drink a lot.
No, I don't drink. Well, I mean, I was never a massive drinker in the beginning anyway. It was just when we were together, that was our thing, and we did have a couple of bottles of wine or whatever together. But yeah, I sometimes feel a bit guilty because I know that you don't want to be there any longer, and then
No, I don't. No, but I've got. I mean, you know me, and everybody sort of like knows me. I'll if I'm not 100% happy with something, I'll say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm out, I won't feel obligated to stay. I'll just whatever it is, even if it's a birthday party from my niece or something, I'll be out the door. It'll be like a couple of hours, and I'm fucking out of there. I just I'm not gonna keep myself in that position.
I think you do well though, in all fairness, because you probably just didn't want to stay more than an hour, let alone 2 or 3.
I don't mind it, and that's I think, and this is the important bit we're hopefully trying to get across to people is the perceptions of the two people are totally different. So my perception of going out and stuff is totally different to what I think you think my perception is. You worry about me being in a pub full of drink and everything else. I don't worry about that. So you're slightly concerned about my reaction. And I don't give a fuck about my reaction. I'll do whatever I need to do.
No, so I must admit, if I do book us a dinner, I'll book it earlier.
Yeah.
Because I know that people around us, the later on the evening becomes, the drunker and louder and other people will be in the surroundings. So if I book a table, it's normally 6:30 or 7 at the latest, probably for us.
Yeah.
So that we can know. So I know that we're in and out before the rowdy lot. You know, do you know what I mean? So like before the Zeds turn up or whatever. So to put you in that, I don't want to put you in that position.
But is that you always on guard, thinking even after 8 years, and this is is it you still on guard after all that time? And I mean, I haven't within those 8 years, I haven't slipped once, or even thought about slipping. I don't. It doesn't enter my mind anymore. It didn't from fucking day one for some reason. But is it still sort of like? Is it one of your first thoughts of don't put Rob in that situation just in case?
Well, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So even after 8 years, it's just like you still worry about me drinking and stuff.
I don't worry about you grabbing a bottle and having a drink. Don't worry about that part of it, but I worry about the fact that we're in a situation or we're in a pub or a restaurant and other people around you wanting to buy you a pint. Do you know what I mean? Getting in that situation where people are wanting to buy you a pint and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, that was always one of my biggest things. When I first came out, it was other people. It's always other people, and that's it's other people, their perception of you. That's always been my issue with other people. It's their perception of you. You get the people that just want to buy you a drink, won't take no for an answer. It's them that then think less of you because of that. Then they start missing you out on if you're out, and I've been out while I'm sober in a round of like a group of people, like 4 or 5 people, and obviously you have the classic rounds and stuff like that, and you always missed out because you're the sober one. You're always missed out. It's just like, shall we get another drink? And they'll go up,
me that
and they'll get them all themselves a fucking drink, and then the sober person, they don't bother because it's just like you're not important. You're not having a drink. Even though I'm having a Coke or a coffee or something, and I'll finish mine when you finished your pint. I'm not thought about.
No, I get that.
Because I'm not important. Because I'm not.
But I'm guilty of doing that.
You've done that as well. Yeah, and it annoys the shit out of me. I've got to admit, it's absolutely annoyed the hell out.
Yeah, because like we're just like at the bar, you know, getting around it, and then you're like, but like we're on it, and then you do forget about the person that's not drinking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just like, yeah, it's mad. It is mad. So yeah, what else? What's the other difficulties of not difficulties, but what do you have to then face with? Do you have to change your reaction and stuff to what we do and what I do? But
no, just like like a really silly little thing that I pick up on, and I don't expect you do, or you might do. But like, for example, our wedding anniversary, we got cards come through, and it's got champagne glasses on and stuff like that, and I just think, I'm sure there's another anniversary card out there that doesn't show a bottle of bubbles and two
Yeah.
champagne glasses or whatever. I mean, I know it sounds a bit but like small and silly, but
Yeah.
do you look at that? Do you look at that? Because I do. I feel bloody hell. So I feel really guilty that someone sent us that card.
I think it affects you more than it does me. To me, it does. It's I don't even acknowledge that
It's
there's
not in your head. You
that
don't.
there's a champagne bottle on the anniversary card. It doesn't.
My wife would think like that.
I think it bothers other people more than it
Yeah, I
bothers
mean,
us.
I feel bad. I almost didn't want to show you the card because it's got that on it, and I'm thinking, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother you. Things
It
like
doesn't
that.
bother me the fact that anybody would think that because there's a champagne bottle or whatever on a card that I'm going to go, fuck, miss that, so I'm going to rush out.
No, I know that. I know that.
If I sat down and thought about it, it would probably, and this is probably where you come in from, and maybe your wife, it probably bothers me a tad that nobody's put the thought process into it,
Yeah.
and they haven't thought, well, it's probably not a good idea to buy them a card without, so we'll spend an extra half an hour or whatever trying to find one without it. That maybe, I don't think even that bothers me.
No,
I know
don't-
that bothers
no,
you.
It bothers me, but yeah, it's just it must be a female thing.
Yeah, I think it was a female thing.
Yeah.
It won't bother me.
It
but
won't bother you,
I know
no.
it bother Vic. But I just don't think people think, probably
No.
will think about it, would they really?
No, I don't think.
No, I don't think it's malicious. I don't think people do it on purpose. They just.
They
But
don't.
I just notice things like that. But that's just me.
But should they? Because they probably shouldn't. I mean, it's not their issue, is it?
No.
It's not even really my issue anymore. It's just it's not really for them to have to think about. I don't think. I don't know. It's. I think that's the upshot of this whole conversation is other people's actions and perceptions of us, of people like us. I think that's always going to be a sticking issue. Always going to be a sticking issue with what people think and what people don't do or do. And I see it even now. I see it even with my own family. I see it sometimes that the relationship I had with somebody that is a drinker or is different.
It is different.
And they look at you different, and especially in a pub atmosphere, they've got less to say to you, and because you're not normal, and that's my perception.
Yeah.
Whether they think it or not, it's almost like, well, you're not normal, and you're not one of us, so we're not really good. We're going to exclude you from the conversation a bit when you're talking about whatever, because you're not one of us. You're not a drinker. You're not getting drunk. So I feel slightly excluded sometimes.
Yeah, no, I do as well. To be fair, it is a weird one to kind of get your head around because I mean my friends that I was friends with, from like being about 14, 15 years old. I mean, none of them live around here anymore, but I'm still friends with them, and it's it's all right with them. It's been their 50th birthdays this year, and I've been invited to go, but I've chosen not to go because I just know it's going to be a massive piss up. And if it was something local, like one of the business weekend, I could go for a couple of hours,
And come away.
and then go away. Where going and staying in a hotel all weekend, it's not going to be much more fun for me.
escape. Yeah.
But then when I moved back to Skeg, my friends that I met this time round, that I kind of come associated with, and they've all dropped me.
Yeah.
I don't see any of them.
Yeah.
And like I say, some of them was doing what I was doing, and it kind of got to me a bit, to be fair. But when I realised that if they have to sort of like say, well done to you, it's almost like they've got to hold a mirror up to themselves and think, well, you've had a bit of a problem, then maybe I have as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't, people don't, do they?
No, and I think that's probably where it stems from. If I sat down and thought about it and thought, why don't you, why is your attitude slightly different? Then yeah, you've hit sort of like nail on the head. It's like telling somebody that you're a recovering addict or whatever. It's like the 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 face sort of slips, and it's like they can see themselves and they don't want to talk about it, because that's the first thing anybody ever says. If you tell anybody, they immediately don't go, well done. That's not their first comment. Their first comment is, well, I don't drink that much.
Yeah, that's you either get those people. You either get them people that say, well, I don't really drink that much anymore myself, or they're going to say, but you'll be able to drink again one day, won't you?
Yeah.
Right, and it's like, no, don't worry about that.
No, and that's the big problem, is people see themselves in it. And I think everybody, in my opinion, I think everybody out there has an issue with drinking. Everybody knows it's not the best thing in the world to do. Everybody knows it's like a poison. Everybody knows that they make bad choices on it if they drink too much. So there is always a bit of that in people, which is denial, basically.
But it is everywhere. There is no escape from it, though.
Yeah.
TV adverts or sponsors of the football, or it's just.
It's thrown in your face,
everywhere,
and especially now around the World Cup's coming
Yeah,
out.
that's what I mean. Yeah, it's
It's just
everywhere.
like everywhere, and that sell it. It's mad. That, I mean, the treatment of alcohol and everything on the NHS is probably the biggest sort of drain on the NHS, and especially over the like this football period, the World Cup and stuff. It's even more on the criminal rates go up through the roof because everyone's pissed and wants to fight and everything else, and yet it's socially acceptable for supermarkets and pubs to drop the price of alcohol so people drink more, and that's all you see nowadays. It's just like 24 cans of whatever
stacked up in the doorway, so you can't actually
£2
not see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's wrong. It's all wrong.
I mean, in the past, this would have been like a massive green light for me to go out on a bend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it was all about the football, but it wasn't. It was just how I could go out and get pissed, because I never watch it.
No.
Yeah.
Spend most
Just
of the
on the
time in the
background.
bloody toilet or just chatting to someone.
Yeah.
And then the goal scored, and you're like, really? And then you're back just chatting away all in the bloody fog.
Oh yeah, I mean, past World Cups, I've been, obviously before you, when I was a lot younger, I've been in the pub at every single game. Like every single game, no matter whether it's England playing or not. And we were in the pub and cause it's always in summertime. And it was such a big part of a massive sort of like part of my life and everything else. And now, I'll probably watch a couple of matches. It's not really important. And I wasn't doing it to watch football. If I was doing it to watch football, I'd be watching the football at home.
Yeah.
Like now, there's I think it's the open ceremony or something, but I'd be watching that sort of like religiously. But I'm not bothered. What are fucking drinking? Yeah. Because that's the excuse.
So you've got an excuse to
Yeah, it's just a great excuse.
You've got that justification there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just mad. It's absolutely mad. I've got to admit.
Well, no, there's a lot. There's more people that have got an issue than I'd like to admit that there are. For me,
I think there is. Yeah.
A lot of my clients that I always say it'd be good to to help them in the early stages, again for the first month, just to not have any drink in the house. And like, but I'm not one with the problem. And I said, right then, well, you go on without having a drink then. And then you speak to them the week after. Oh yeah, well I had a mate's birthday, or this to go to, or I had a stressful day. So I said,
there's always something.
An excuse.
There's always an excuse now.
Yeah, with everybody, there was always an excuse, and with me, there was always an excuse. But the excuse for me, for like an addict, there was an excuse like 6 months down the line. So it's just like, well, I can't give up now because in 6 months' time it's my birthday. And there's always something in 6 months' time. So in 6 months' time it's Christmas, and 6 months' time it's New Year, and 6 months' time I've got to go out here, and then I've got to go on holiday again.
But I always, when I come home on a Friday, say for example, and I've had like stuck in traffic and it's been a nightmare journey or whatever, I feel then guilty for grabbing a prosecco out of the fridge and having it, even though like that's my sort of wind down.
But what and that's
But I do
sort of
have,
like the reason why I want that you're here is like for me to get my head around is like why do you feel guilty? Because that bottle of prosecco has been in that fridge all week.
yeah,
And you haven't been there because you've been in the Isle of Wight. So that bottle, there's always a bottle of prosecco in our fridge, always opened, unopened, and for God knows, ever since I've come into recovery, that's never been touched. And yet, even now, that you can feel a bit responsible, guilty, whatever, about having some of that. When if I really wanted it, that'd be gone.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just think,
Yeah, exactly. It could be replaced by 6 times, wouldn't it?
oh yeah, you didn't do that before.
I did do that, yeah.
No, but what I mean is like I'll be like a bit stressed out because I've had a nightmare traffic journey or whatever, and then I'll get in and then I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah, but why don't you have a drink?
I don't know. Because I feel for you, I suppose. I don't know because
But why do
there's
again? Why though? Because that's the part that I struggle with.
I don't know
I struggle
why.
to understand why it's an issue.
It's not an issue because I think, oh, you're gonna see me having a drink and you're gonna want one or whatever like that. But I just
Do you
feel
think like it might be frowned upon? Or
not well, no, not frowned upon, but like I don't know. I don't think-
judged?
Not even judged.
No.
Just
I
like
can be quite judgy.
well, yeah. But not even that. I just think, oh, there's I can live. You can live without alcohol, so can I. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah, that's do you because
I
obviously you know
don't
what
need
Rob's
it.
been through, and obviously the reasoning why he kind of, why he drank. Does that make you kind of second guess why you sometimes have a drink
well, yeah,
if you're doing it for the
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't
Does it make
need
you more
I
aware?
don't
Does it
need-
make you more
yeah,
aware?
100%,
Yeah,
yeah,
more
yeah.
aware of drinking. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
I don't need it. Just
No,
a
no
nice
one
way
needs
to
it.
unwind after
Yeah.
a long journey or whatever. But then I think, well, might as well just have a cup of tea.
But
I
it's,
could do it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh fuck me, yeah. If Rob could do it, anyone out there can.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
Mm.
But it's interesting that you still.
Even now, I still feel like that. Yeah.
But you've obviously seen him when it was bad, haven't you? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you've seen all that shit.
I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you didn't live through what he lived through, you might not look at it the same way as what you do, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you've seen it and seen what it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you haven't experienced it and lived it, then yeah.
I've been there at the bottom with you, haven't I?
Yeah.
It's just
Mm.
But what if you hadn't? I mean, you wouldn't know. But if, like Jamie just said, if you hadn't ever, and we just got together in my sobriety, I think
it would be harder for me to understand.
it would be harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
100%.
it would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd understand full stop.
No, I don't think I would.
No.
You'd just be one of these that get your shit sorted and just don't fucking drink one day.
Mm.
I think you would,
Yeah.
because I don't think you'd understand it.
No.
It's only lived experience from going through that
Yeah.
sort of shit that you understand that it's not. Well, I hope you understand that back then it wasn't a choice. There was no choice, and that's the biggest thing for people to understand is
Yeah.
there wasn't a choice back then.
No.
We didn't do it because we wanted to,
I want to do it.
and we didn't do it. We didn't not do it because somebody said,
Mm.
"Oh, just don't do it."
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that statement is just stupid.
Mm.
Just don't have a drink.
Yeah.
That's-
I get a lot of my clients' partners say, they say, I just don't understand if they love me why they won't just stop.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not that.
No, it's not that.
It's not about that.
No.
You're stuck. You're kind of trapped in a cycle of addiction, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think you and normal people out there will ever understand that if you presented a proper addict with a ultimatum of I'm going to walk or we're getting divorced if you have another drink, or even if you have that one more drink you're going to die, then most proper addicts will just go, wouldn't even give it a second thought. They just have another fucking drink
See what happens.
because they have to.
Mm.
It's not a choice. After, like you've said many times, after that first one, it's not a choice. The first one is a choice. After that, it's not a fucking choice. You just cut this. Just someone takes over.
How long did it take you to kind of get like to fully trust Robbie then? After
I don't think they ever fully trust me again.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
obviously, like, because when my wife went through, like, all the lies that make her feel like she was losing her marbles because I
Yeah,
just lie after
exactly,
lie after lie
Yeah.
all the time, and the manipulation and all that sort of stuff. How long do you feel like it took you to feel like you weren't worried about what he was doing?
Well, I
if he
mean,
wasn't drinking, and because obviously I'm sure he promised you over and over again that he'd stop, and then he'd
Yeah.
go back to it before he went to rehab.
yeah. So when you came out of rehab, it was straight. It was strange,
Mm-hmm.
and you were a totally different person. Like you'd been brainwashed, and you really felt like that. But I don't know. I can't even put a time scale on it. But for quite a while after, I was just like, this is weird.
Did you always check stuff?
Yeah.
You did.
I always check the hiding places that you
Yeah.
had. Yeah, of course.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when did that sort of like?
Check your Tesco receipts.
Did you?
Yes. That's what wives do,
You have to really.
But yeah, I don't know. Long time.
Yeah.
What year did you go into rehab? It was 2018, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it must have been a good year.
Yeah.
Good year.
I think it was about a year for me.
Yeah.
Because we was all right. I mean, there was obviously that doubt there, but I remember, like I say, I remember I just turned a year sober, and I like having a bowl of cereal before I go to bed, and I think my flavour of the month was Honey Nut Loops, and there was not enough to get it anymore, so I went to bed quite frustrated that I didn't have any, and I was just laid in bed for about 10 minutes. This was at like 9 o'clock, and I just shot out of bed. I said, I'm just off to the shop, because I didn't admit that I was what, because I convinced myself I couldn't sleep till I had my cereal.
Yeah.
Jumped out of bed, went to the shop. I was only gone 10 minutes, but she accused me of going and picking some drugs up.
Yeah.
Because of my behaviour just pulled her back to that old version because of how I behaved.
I don't understand that, yeah.
And she was like, she said, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, why? She said, you've just been and got some stuff, haven't you? And I'm like, no. Well, and my first reaction was to go, what, to have a bit of a go, but obviously I've done that.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's just to say a year down the line when everything was good, that one little odd kind of movement that I did, just jumping out of bed, not really saying what I was doing, I'm just off to the shop because I'm studying in my head tunnel vision. I wanted some cereal.
Yeah,
that's obviously what I used to do. Come up with excuses to nip to the shop all the time. And it's, that was, like I said, that was a year down the line.
Yeah, we've got I think you wouldn't be human if you didn't, that there wasn't some part of you that wasn't 1,000% trusting. That there's always going to be a niggling doubt in your mind. Because if you know anything about sort of addiction, which obviously you do and stuff, that you can, and that's got to be the biggest statement that we've ever made that's got to put a shadow of doubt in people's minds is it's only for one day. And we can't promise that we won't drink tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we have to say that because we don't know about tomorrow. And that's got to put the biggest sort of like niggle of doubt in your mind that, well, why can't you fucking promise? Why can't?
I found that a little bit hard to work out. I think.
And I understand it, totally understand it. But the only reason we have to say that, and the point of that is that we can't look into the future, because that's all we ever did, was look into the future and looking at the past and try and guide to how we fucking wanted it. So manipulate the future and lie about the past. That's the whole part of addiction. So for us to say we can't guarantee that we can't drink tomorrow is just not manipulating that. And that's got to be difficult. Are we out of time already?
I think we're at 35. Well, we're 35 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. So I told you it would go really quick.
Sorry.
So, yes, thank you everybody for listening and watching. Yeah, that went really quick again. I knew it would. So, please have a like, please have a share. Links still here. So, we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram,
TikTok.
and TikTok.
And TikTok,
I think we're on TikTok. Yeah, we are on TikTok. So yeah, we're episode 40 now. So please keep tuned in. So yeah, thank you for me. Thanks for listening.
See you next week. Thank you.
Yes, bye.